Hey guys, Kurt here with Dr. Jake, and we're really looking forward to announcing the Transformation Clinic. And so we wanted to put together this video to better communicate and walk through the services that are going to be offered through the clinic and just how that model is going to work. I know for me, the question that I would always get is, I just want an MD that understands me. And to be honest, I could give a lot of bad examples here, but the bottom line is our people that are coming to see us on the lab side, they're exercising. They want to optimize their health. They want to improve performance and ultimately just have a better quality of life. And so a lot of times I don't think that the traditional model of care was really catering to what they needed. And so the opportunity to bring that to people and really fuse together all the value that we have on the physiology testing side along with an incredible care model is pretty exciting, Jake.
Yeah, we've chosen the membership model because it allows us to focus on a set number of clients. We're sort of capping the number of clients we're allowing into the membership, and that allows us to really deliver them the highest level of care, really focus all of this support that we're building around them. And so like you said, our membership model does fuse together the lab services and now my new clinic services.
So on the lab side, we'll have the 8 physiology tests included, and that's basically 8 tests per year. They can be utilized for DEXA scanning, resting metabolic rate, and VO2 max. So the big pieces we're assessing are the body comp side, including visceral fat now with the DEXA and bone density. But then we've also got both the metabolic function and then the aerobic capacity side of things. And those tests can be mixed and matched as needed, although we will have recommendations for each individual depending on interventions and what they're working towards. And we're going to complement that with the year of support that Dr. Jake's going to provide. And ultimately, Jake, I want to be able to give folks a little better idea of what that looks like.
Yeah, so initially we'll have a couple of pretty in-depth visits. We'll take that time to assess clients' habits and some lifestyle factors. We'll review any past medical history, pertinent family history. We'll also be reviewing the results of that comprehensive intake blood panel, as well as results from their body composition and physiology testing that they've had with you. We'll take time to review what their goals are, what they're trying to achieve. And then with all that in mind, we'll identify some interventions and set a plan for how we're going to move forward. And then from there, we'll have a series of follow-up visits throughout the year. These will be for doing rechecks, monitoring the data that they've collected through any of their wearables or other devices, and using that information to assess their progress, maybe adjust our plan, or maybe identify new goals and interventions that we want to work towards.
Yeah, I love the idea of these, follow-ups to really keep building, sort of stacking progress, in these quarterly follow-up visits, and then being able to have the client portal, which plugs in, those wearables, whether it's Apple Health or Fitbit, whatever devices that the client's using, and be able to have those insights monitored, sleep, stress, workouts, etc. by the care team.
Yeah, and then in between these more formalized touch points, our clients are going to have direct access to me. They can reach out through messaging on the client portal, email. They can even text me with questions, troubleshooting, maybe quick status updates. Or my favorite personally is small wins or big wins. I'm happy to hear from our clients in between our visits just to know how things are going.
So now that we've looked at trying to change this idea of just going in and getting an annual physical and heading on your way, tell me a little bit more about the process that clients can expect, Jake.
From a provider perspective, I really feel like this model is kind of night and day from the more conventional medical model that I've trained and worked in so far. First part, it's holistic, and I really mean that in the broadest sense of the word, hence the W. We're drawing on a broad array of data points from their physiology testing to their comprehensive blood panel to their habits and lifestyle factors to whatever wearables they're bringing. And using all of that information, pulling it all together to assess their health, direct our interventions, monitor our progress. And we're not just prescribing medications. There are many instances where that is the correct or reasonable intervention, but primarily we want to prioritize lifestyle interventions, changing habits and behaviors, using food, movement, sleep, stress management as medicine. Next thing that really stands out to me is how this is different is that it's proactive. We're not waiting until disease is entrenched before we do anything about it. We are trying to early identify risk and dysfunction and then work to restore normal function and prevent disease. And then lastly, I think what's probably maybe my favorite thing about this model that we've developed is how personal it is. Unfortunately, the conventional medical model is still rather paternalistic, and this takes several large steps in the opposite direction. We are here to play a supporting role for our clients to help them achieve what they want to achieve. And so they really direct our focus and our interventions.
And I think from a networking standpoint too, it's just the opportunity to bring our members in to some of the brightest minds really in the area, whether that's help with programming, help with rehab, help with nutrition pieces. We've spent combined over 20 years in the industry here, and so the opportunity to connect people, we feel like if you're struggling in any of these areas, we can be an advocate to really put you in the right places to be successful and ultimately meet your goals and transform your health. Now, in terms of just the summary of services as well as the price point on the membership, so the membership's a $695 startup and $295 a month after that. It includes, on the lab side, 8 physiology tests per year, and those again can be utilized for our DEXA, resting metabolic rate, and VO2 max. It's almost $1,500 in testing alone. And then Jake, on the medical side,
it also includes the comprehensive intake blood panel and then rechecks throughout the year, those initial consultation visits as well as the quarterly follow-up visits, and all that direct access email support that we talked about. So for our clients who are interested in signing up, the next step is to schedule a discovery call. You can either do that on our website or you can just shoot me an email at jake@transformation.com.